All right, guys, we're out here doing a little fishing. Water temp is 67. We're out here trying to figure out these smallmouth. We're using swim baits. We're covering water. We're currently spot locked out on a little gravel flat, and we're gonna try to give these smallmouth a go. Weather conditions are just perfect for swim baits. Like a little bit of wind, a little bit of cloud cover is nice. Any moving style bait, a little bit of breeze makes a big difference. So we're gonna make the first couple casts here at this new spot, see how it goes. So we're on a pretty big body of water today that has a lot of different style structures for all these different species of fish to hide behind, and my favorite species to target is smallmouth. And at any given point during the year, they could be on rock, sand, a mud bottom sometimes, weeds, or they could go pelagic and just be suspended and eat suspending, bait fish. Can make it really tricky to figure out how to, catch the smallmouth, how to find the big ones. So when you're on these big bodies of water, just bounce around, hit more spots, hit different spots. One thing I always do is if I'm not catching fish on a spot that, say it's rocky and gravelly, maybe I'll hit 2-3 spots at a rocky gravelly. I'm not picking much fish up. I'll scrap my rock idea that I had in the morning before I go fishing and change it up, and I'll go fish some weed lines or weed edges, or maybe some wood or docks. Just bounce around, figure it out, and that gets more fish in the boat when you're on these big massive bodies of water. It's just covering water, hitting new spots, trying to find something along the bank that's different than the rest of it. Right now we have, most of this is rock, riprap, natural gravel, and there's a lot of it. So if you find that little something that's different, more than likely that's gonna hold fish on these big bodies of water. All right, guys, re-rigging this swim bait. I'll show you how I rig it really quick. This is a little 3.3 inch Kitech in electric shad. Super good color for smallies. This is a little Finesse style swim bait head. I believe this one is 3/16 of an ounce. So first off, kind of give myself a gauge just so I know where to poke my hook point through. So I'll start the bait up front by the nose, push it through, poke it out just like that, push it up onto that nice hook keeper, nice and straight. That's perfect, that's how I like it. And we'll get back after these smallmouth. So we're sitting in 6 foot of water. Oh, there was one. 6 foot of water, that's kind of one of the optimal depths for bedded smallmouth. So we're just working this flat, trying to stay in that 5 to 6 foot of water, looking for those boulders, those gravel patches, and sometimes we can see fish on the electronics. I'll just pan around with the trolling motor with the Mega Live, searching for those boulders or suspended fish. If anytime I see a suspended fish, I'm gonna make a cast at it. So I'm trying to put a pattern together. I'm switching colors sometimes, I'm switching sizes, and then that just kind of narrows down what the fish are feeding on, and you're trying to imitate what they're feeding on. Sometimes they're feeding on crawdads, and you'll switch up to more bottom style presentation, crawfish, jig, and Ned rig. But right now I feel like these fish are chasing bait fish a little bit more. Maybe they're a little aggressive, and that's why I'm choosing a swim bait. So right now the few fish I'm seeing on the graph are hanging pretty tight to bottom. So when I'm making my cast, I'm making a long cast, letting it sink all the way to bottom, and just letting it sit there for a second, because sometimes those fish can see the bait fall and they'll go down to stare at it. And sometimes they'll just pick it up immediately off the fall. So that's kind of what we're doing. And then slow, steady retrieve, just kind of ticking it along the bottom. And with this Swate rod, super sensitive, I can feel the difference between the tops of the boulders and letting that swim bait kind of follow the contour of the bottom. All right, guys, we're hooked up on our last fish of the day. We've had a good run at this spot, catching some smallies on the swim bait. This one's not the biggest one of the day, but we'll take him. He's been caught a couple times. All right, guys, that's the swim bait deal. Catches a lot of fish. Small swim bait, light line, super fun. All right, guys, we're signing off.